Hello everyone, Corey here with Ride Suspension. Today we're going to be talking about something that correlates with suspension and correlates with bikes. So today we're going to be talking about what parts you could put on your bike to help protect your suspension, hard enduro rides, protect your bike, so on and so forth. Now I want to start the video out by saying I am not sponsored by any of these companies, I'm not affiliated, anything like that. These are parts that I have bought myself and I've paid for and done time and time again. We up here in Northern California, we ride hard enduro. That's just what we do. We got trees, rocks, everything. And not only does your suspension get beat up, your linkage gets beat up, your bike gets beat up, and so on and so forth. So with that, we're going to be going over a few parts that we have tested, tried and true. They hold up to the abuse. They do everything they need to do. And they still look good, because some of those, protection parts, they end up being beefy or retain mud or whatever the problem is. That is what we're going to be doing. So these are all installed on my bike. We're kind of just going to be going through some parts and go from there. And then we'll leave it up to the comments, discussions, whatever you guys want to know. And yeah, we'll go from there. So I want to start off we'll just start with the front of the bike. All of my hard enduro parts we're still figuring out and see what works. Eventually I'm going to get full wrap fork guards just to protect the chrome tubing, because as you can see there's already a chunk out of this one. But going from there, what we have on our forks that help protect them is we have Dingo's Designs fork guards, uppers and lowers. They're a solid one-piece design. They don't break, they take a beating, and they still look good. I have about 3 rides on these right now, just because I just found out about them. They hold up. I mean, I'm pulling on this thing and they don't come off. You don't have to worry about them falling off on the trail or anything like that. Like, it takes a serious amount of force for them to come off and really hurt or lose them on the trail. Again, everything I show, I will post a link in the video or a link in the bio so you guys can take a look at them. Dingo Designs is right here in the States. He is out of California, I believe. He's a single man operation, does this by himself. He's been doing it for a lot of years, and these things are beefy. They hold up really well. They have ribs on the inside, so if you end up hitting your forks on a rock or something, that they take the impact. Also, next company we go to, I've been running some stuff for a long time, and that is the SX slide plates. So I'm running the flag handguards. As you can see, they're beat up, but my levers don't get broken. They take the abuse. I'm not a pro level rider or anything like that. So when I drop my bike, they take the hit for that. I haven't had a single problem with these. Haven't had the bracket bend or anything like that. The bracket is mounted to the handlebars. They have the flag style mount where it allows your bars to flex. That's where, a lot of times when you run full wraps and you attach them to the triple trees, it makes your bars feel really stiff. They don't flex, so on and so forth. Going to bars, what I'm running Astro bars. These things have helped my ride. I'm running the Gemini 27s, as you can see. These things have helped tremendously. It took a little bit to get used to because they're a lot lower than what I'm used to. I used to run the CR high bends, and they ended up took a couple rides to get used to, but I love them. You're always in attack position. Your back doesn't hurt if you have lower back problems. They just end up doing really good. They're 1/8" bars. They come all the way down. Of course, I got the 27 millimeter, which is a 27 millimeter rise. I'm kind of on the lower side. You kind of have to not guess, but you have to kind of look at your discipline and figure out what you're gonna do. These are built for hare scrambles and hard enduro, so I have a little bit of both worlds because I do a lot of fast flowy and then I also do hard enduro. Next thing is, of course, the SX slide plate, skid plate. This thing is just tough. It's a full wrap, protects my water pump, goes all the way around, protects underneath where the case is at, all this stuff. And the biggest thing I can say is the best thing is it's got a linkage guard down here. So that's built into the skid plate. And not only that, is it's one piece. It's very slick, so trees, rocks, or anything like that, you end up sliding over it and not having to get hung up on linkage, not hung up on lips from different skid plate add-ons, so on and so forth. These things are just phenomenal. They're beefy. The customer service is great. I've never had a single problem with it. Of course, unless it's installed right, or installed wrong. But these things are just beefy. There's a few companies out there that make skid plates like these. I've looked at a few of them. I've seen a few of them. Some of them are too bulky for me. Some of them are, they don't cover what I want. This one is specially designed for my bike, being a GPX. And it's fantastic. Bolted right up, had no problems with it, and so on and so forth. Because that's the number one thing, is if your linkage ends up getting damaged, especially this thing right here, where it attaches to the shock, you stop losing movement in the rear, and your shock is not doing the ability it needs to do. The next thing is probably one of the biggest things I have tried. I've tried 3 different sets of different brands. I've had some fall off on me on the trails. I've had some go, just get damaged. These crosslink components, Swingarm guards, are absolutely beefy. They're a very durable and hard material, one-piece design. They're bolted straight to the swing arm. You got a little bracket that goes into your adjuster, and then it's bolted straight to the swing arm. Like it doesn't move without moving the whole bike. You can see already these things take the abuse without abusing your swing arm. I would rather replace swing arm covers than I would replace a swing arm, which is, $400 or $500 depending on where you buy it from or your company or whatever. And all of these companies, they're not straight exclusive to just, obviously GPX parts. These companies make them for all the hard enduro brands, Beta, KTM, Husky, anything you can think of, they make them. I have 400 and something miles on my bike, and my frame and everything still looks phenomenal. And that's just because I run these parts. They do really well. They hold on really well, and from beginner to pro, these parts hold up. There's many people that write testimonies or write, reviews on these, and will say the same thing. So remember, if you don't want to do the homework, we've done some homework. If you have questions, comments, concerns, of course, leave them in the comment box below, and we'll answer those. Just remember that you get the parts that are designed for your bike, and so on and so forth. So those are all the parts I run on my bike that I run regularly. And of course, those are just protection parts. I have other parts in my bike for hard enduro, but those are the protection parts that I run to keep my bike on the trail, to keep things from getting messed up, to keep it from just, having costly repairs that you don't need to have. You're buying sub 200 protection parts to prevent thousands and thousands of dollars of damage. So don't be that guy and like to run without them and then be, stranded in the middle of the woods or somewhere like that because you blew out your forks, you blew out anything like that from hitting them on rocks, or you blew out your case from hitting rocks going up in there. And yeah, so if you guys have questions, again, leave them in the comments. You guys have my cell numbers always on me. It's the shop number. Comment, share, whatever you guys need to do. Remember, ride beyond your limits. This is Corey with Ride Suspension. Have a good day.